we're going to talk about a new product called No Days, and I think it's pretty nifty because it's what I use to glue all my bales onto my pendants. Alright, so let's take a look at what we're going to need and the product, and we'll get started. Down here is the No Days. It comes in many different forms. This happens to be on a spool. It's 25 feet long. It's about 1/8 of an inch wide, and from my calculations this is enough to do about 1,200 pendants. Retails for around $10–11. I've pre-cut 4 little strips. They're about 1/4 of an inch long. As you can see right here, these were cut off of this roll right here. And these are positioned on the back, on the inside of each pendant, about right there. I do this with tweezers because it's a lot easier for me than using my hands. And by the way, these pendants and bales have been cleaned with alcohol and a clean lint-free rag as well. So I've got them laid out on the pendants. This is on a metal sheet. You can go to the dollar store and buy a $1 cookie sheet. It's clean. You can do all this on. I like having it on a cookie sheet because when we apply the heat from the heat gun, it evenly disperses the heat throughout the piece. It'll heat up the pendant, it'll heat up the finding, and it'll keep it hot throughout the process. Well, everything else is pretty straightforward. What we do is we take these and we stick them, the bale, right where it is, and it's important to get it squared away in exactly the place you want it. They may shift a little bit when they melt, but they'll stay warm enough that we can reposition them before they cool down and affix themselves to the actual cabochon. So just want to make sure that's exactly in the middle, and doing that with all these pieces. You can actually do this with many pieces all at once. That's the beauty of this whole process. It's fast, it's easy, and it holds really well. So there I've got all the pieces ready to go. The findings are exactly in the middle, and now we're ready to use the heat gun. This is a heat gun, also known as a paint remover. You can get these for right around 20 bucks. These are like hair dryers on steroids, guaranteed to give you curly hair. So what we do is we turn it on and point it at the cabochons. We kind of want to make sure that the metal part of the cabochon gets heated up, and this heat is actually going underneath the cabochon and heating the whole thing up. That's what gives it such a good bond, is that everything gets heated up. I think they're starting to go now. I can see them kind of moving. See how that moved a little bit? It's still hot. Okay, they're all hot, ready to go. Okay, turn the heat gun off. We come back over here, and careful, these are hot. The pan's hot. Reposition these back in the middle. Like that. That stayed just where it's supposed to. That's there. I take my tweezers, I move them up to the cool part, get ready to cool down, and it's as easy as that. Let them cool for about 3 or 4 minutes and they're ready to go. Okay, well, it's been about 5 minutes and everything is cool. So you can see that they're on there, and they're on there pretty well. They do a pretty good job on the back. It dries clear, so if a little does seep out around the edges, you can't hardly see it. If it does, you can take an X-Acto knife and clean that off. It works really well, but you can see it's pretty strong. It's really on there, and I'm putting a lot of pressure on it. So this is just another way to do a whole bunch of them really quick. And in closing, I wanted to just kind of mention that there's a couple of manufacturers of bales out there. This one here is Anraku. He's been doing it for a while, and there's a new kid on the block. It's been around for a couple of years now, called Findings for Fused, and you can get both of these at any of your fusing glass supply places. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.